Summary of Soundtrack of Silence, Love, Loss, and a Playlist for Life, written by Matt Hay. Introduction. The story unfolds like a series of interconnected melodies, each note carrying the weight of a memory. It begins with the protagonist reflecting on a carefree summer evening in high school, cruising through the countryside in Stephanie Lake's Subaru. Friends packed into the car, and Prince's Seven blaring from the stereo as they sang along to the lyrics, "No one in the universe will ever compare." The scene is painted with warmth, nostalgia, and the camaraderie of youth. As the narrative deepens, the author takes us to a lazy Sunday afternoon in college. The Masters golf tournament plays on mute while Trey Anastasio of Fish extends an invitation to come waste your time with me. The memory is bathed in the glow of sunlight streaming through open windows, creating a perfect blend of tranquility and friendship. The music becomes the backdrop to these moments, setting the mood and capturing the essence of the protagonist's youth. The storytelling takes an unexpected turn, shifting to a bone-chilling February day, reminiscent of the Midwestern cold that makes you feel like you live at the North Pole. The author recounts a spontaneous road trip to New Orleans with a college roommate, the decision to skip class, and the hours spent driving. A mishap is revealed, the stocked CD case left on the roof of the car. The road is accompanied by Janis Joplin's voice confessing that she'd trade all her tomorrows for a single yesterday. The narrative captures the unpredictability and spontaneity of youth, where the journey itself becomes the destination. The story then leaps to a night in Chicago with roommates, marveling at the tight California harmonies of Brian Wilson's band. "I'm picking up good vibrations," the lyrics resonate as the scene unfolds. It's a snapshot of city lights, shared laughter, and the magic of live music. The author transports the reader to different moments in time, creating a mosaic of experiences stitched together by the thread of music. Suddenly, the narrative shifts to a poignant moment on the way to the hospital for one of the protagonist's surgeries. Bob Marley's reassuring voice enters the scene, assuring that every little thing gonna be alright. It's a stark contrast to the upbeat and carefree memories, introducing a layer of vulnerability and the inevitability of life's challenges. The narrative becomes a reminder that music is not just a companion in joy but also a solace in times of uncertainty. With a reflective tone, the author introduces the central theme of the story, hearing loss. They eloquently describe the uniqueness of deafness, highlighting the impossibility of simulating the experience. Ears, unlike eyes or touch, lack the ability to be temporarily removed, making deafness a sensory realm that remains foreign to most. The narrative becomes a bridge between the hearing world and the silent experiences of those grappling with deafness. The author paints a vivid picture of the hearing world, emphasizing the ubiquity of sound in everyday life. They draw attention to the challenge of conveying the experience of deafness to those who have never encountered it. Despite the availability of technology, the deaf person struggles with words lacking hard consonants, and soft, swirling sentences become a foreign language. The narrative becomes an exploration of the nuances of hearing loss, from the absence of soft snores to the cheers of a football game. The author invites readers to contemplate the significance of sound in their own lives. The question hangs in the air like a lingering melody: if faced with a life of silence, what sounds would you want to remember? The protagonist shares their own journey of creating a soundtrack, a compilation of Matt's greatest hits, not songs by them, but songs that connect them to moments they never want to forget. The narrative becomes a poignant reflection on the power of sound in preserving memories. Everyday sounds, the growl of a chainsaw, a mother's voice calling to dinner, the laughter of loved ones, become integral components of the soundtrack. Music, with its catchy hooks and timeless beats, transforms into a vessel for encapsulating the richness of life's experiences. The story takes a turn as the protagonist delves into the broader perception of hearing loss. They acknowledge the thriving deaf culture globally but express that it wasn't their personal culture. The lack of familiarity with deafness in their immediate surroundings is evident, creating a unique perspective on the challenges faced. The narrative becomes an intimate exploration of the fear of losing connection and the soundtrack as a means to hold on loosely, but don't let go. The storytelling takes on the hues of a love story, not just romantic, but a commitment to navigating life's unpredictable twists. The vows of in sickness and in health come to the forefront, and the narrative gains a layer of resilience and adaptability. It becomes a testament to the idea that one doesn't always have to play the hand dealt in life. Sometimes, it's okay to ask for new cards. In its essence, the story becomes a universal journey. It touches upon shared human experiences of facing challenges, seeking new possibilities, and embracing the unexpected. The author's exploration of hearing loss serves as a lens through which readers can contemplate their own struggles, irrespective of sensory abilities. The narrative is a celebration of resilience, adaptability, and the unwavering pursuit of creating meaningful connections in a world filled with sound. Chapter 1. The author's journey through hearing loss is a poignant exploration of the profound impact it has on various aspects of life, from social interactions to daily activities. Before losing his hearing, the author reveled in his ability to connect with others effortlessly. Walking into any room, he felt comfortable and engaged, asking questions about people's origins, occupations, and hobbies. His social ease transformed after becoming deaf, as he adopted a vigilant and strategic approach to navigate social situations. The analogy of turning into Jason Bourne upon entering a crowded room vividly captures the heightened awareness and calculated measures the author takes to manage his deafness in social settings. From assessing escape routes to calculating the volume of music, every aspect is meticulously considered. The narrative delves into the intricacies of social engagement, revealing the constant mental calculations required for basic interactions. The author beautifully depicts his perception of sound as light and darkness. This visual representation becomes a powerful metaphor for his sense of hearing, now existing only in memory. The analogy of a dinner table with individuals represented by different lights, varying in brightness based on their hearing abilities, effectively conveys the isolating experience of the deaf individual. Ambient sounds become disruptive waves, crashing on the deaf person's ability to discern and categorize sounds. The challenges of lip reading, especially in low lighting conditions, add another layer of complexity to the author's social experiences. The narrative provides a glimpse into the mental gymnastics involved in decoding conversations, from deciphering facial hair to predicting music volumes. The struggle to stay connected and not miss crucial details becomes a constant battle, turning what used to be casual interactions into mentally exhausting exercises. The narrative also sheds light on the emotional toll of living with hearing loss. Despite the understanding and support of friends, the author describes the temptation to check out and live in the simplicity of silence, the fatigue from the continuous effort to stay engaged, and the fear of being left in the dark emotionally weigh on the deaf individual. Everyday activities, such as buying light bulbs at Home Depot, become intricate challenges. The author navigates the complexities of communication masked by pandemic protocols, struggling to interpret greetings and conversations in a sea of muffled sounds. The constant need to balance neutral expressions while appearing engaged reflects the delicate dance of managing interactions without compromising comfort. The narrative delves into a specific encounter with a friend of a friend, emphasizing the difficulty of following a conversation amid distractions. The author's internal monologue reveals the ongoing calculations about the interaction's duration and the decision to disclose his deafness. The frustration of missing details and the ambiguity of words like rainbow showcase the isolating nature of these encounters. The author's exploration of facial expressions as a form of communication reveals the complexities of navigating a world primarily designed for those with full hearing. An anecdote about smiling and nodding during a dental procedure highlights the challenges of understanding conversations behind masks and over the din of drills. The narrative subtly illustrates the vulnerability of relying on visual cues, emphasizing that nodding and smiling may not always convey the intended message. The passage then shifts to a reflection on the author's childhood, where he unknowingly developed coping mechanisms for his hearing loss. The early experiences in school, struggling to comprehend teacher instructions and misinterpreting words, depict a journey of adaptation. The desire to fit in drives the author to inch closer to the front row, gradually realizing the significance of lip reading for understanding the spoken word. The narrative circles back to the author's second-grade experience with the school nurse's hearing test. The vivid description of the clunky headphones, the orchestration of tones, and the author's intuitive pattern recognition skills create a vivid picture of a young boy unaware of his diminishing hearing. The ensuing years of similar tests, each time with fainter beeps, reflect the gradual progression of his hearing loss. The emotional impact of the nurse's concern and the unspoken acknowledgement that something might be wrong is palpable. The author's yearning to please and fit in adds a layer of vulnerability, emphasizing the isolating nature of undiagnosed hearing loss. The passage subtly reveals the emotional complexity of growing up with a hidden struggle, not fully comprehending the benchmarks for success or failure. In a poignant moment, the author recalls a car ride with his mother, where she questions his ability to hear. The brief exchange captures the subtle yet profound realization that others are noticing his struggle. The familiarity of Don Henley's lyrics serves as a poignant backdrop, reinforcing the theme of not looking back and the inevitability of change. In conclusion, the narrative weaves a rich tapestry of the author's journey through hearing loss, exploring the emotional, social, and practical challenges he faces. The vivid imagery, nuanced reflections, and personal anecdotes create a compelling narrative that invites readers to empathize with the complexities of living with profound hearing loss.